All right, Facebook. Guys, namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Happy Wednesday. I got all that shit out before the 3-second intro went. But guys, happy Wednesday to you. Hopefully you're good. How's my little face doing, man? It was immersed in the cerebellum, kind of just throbbing today. And this is just my own bitch ass karma hitting me back today. I'm telling you right now. When I was, 40 years ago, I lived in Florida. Back then, I used to laugh at older people, literally, because in Florida, and at this time of year, literally from the beginning of dawn to like 5 to 8 a.m., the streets are busy. And I'd be like, why is everybody out so early? What the hell's going on? But by 9:30, the streets are clear. Literally, this is back in the 80s when I lived down there. And that was when, the snowbirds literally infiltrated Florida. And before then, obviously. And I used to laugh at them because you wouldn't see them until the nighttime. They go in the house and they hide, man. I never understood that. I get it now that I'm up there in the echelon of age because, this heat wave, granted, I'm next to a 400-degree oven working in 100-degree heat in a place that's air-conditioned, yes, indeed. But then I got to go to a 35 below freezer constantly throughout the day. So I'm constantly in and out, going from hot to cold, and you wonder why my friggin' temples are throbbing. But that being said, it's National Pina Colada Day. What the hell do I care about that? Because, unrelevant to the Pina Colada, this kind of goes hand in hand. Willis Carrier is one of my idols. And you guys know him too because we all kind of use him in some kind of way. He's the godfather, or the grandfather per se, of the air conditioner. Imagine us going through this heat now. This shit going on now with no AC. When we were young, yeah, a lot of us went through this. A lot of us, we dealt with the heat growing up. Mom's like, can't afford it. You got to go through it. I get it. But now in the upper echelon of age, I'd be sucking wind if I didn't have it. But that being said, I got my first electric bill from this heat wave. It's when you open it up, it's got a big middle finger in it. That's a check I got to write for it. But, enough with the bantering, Gerald. Let me just get to the point here. I posted today from Einstein, this is the godfather of vibration, if I can put that in better terms. This guy, he understood the calculations that make up this amazing place we call the universe. He was the closest thing to God, basically understanding how creation works. And in the reel that I posted today, I wanted to share with you the secret message behind that, because unless you understand it, the real concept behind this, you'll realize where you're going in life. And I'm just getting my thoughts, brain's still kind of throbbing away, so pardon me, a little incoherent with the coherent kind of kicking in. But he wrote, we cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. And I'll read it again because I messed it up. We cannot solve our problems with the same thinking we used when we created them. What is thinking? This is the hidden message, the backward playing of the record player. This is the hidden message. What is he talking about? What is thinking? Energy. The minute you change your thinking, and I say it a lot here on America's Mentor, you change your energy. You change how you feel. Most importantly, you change your vibration. Until you understand the law of vibration, you'll never understand how the law of attraction works. And I say it respectfully because I was ignorant. I was watching The Secret back then when it first came out. I'm thinking I'm going to get $10 million in this silver suitcase, and it never came. It never came until I started reading the James Allens and the Esther Hicks, and to them, and which really made sense. It was how I was feeling all day, that I was creating all day. And it really brought to my attention the fact that everything starts with thought indeed, and thoughts become things indeed, rightfully so. But how you feel about what you're trying to create determines the outcome of that feeling. And when you start grasping this for yourself, you have to realize it's a constant job of your thinking. You have to mentally monitor your thoughts. It sounds overwhelming, but if you're truly into changing who you are as a person, it's that mental monitoring that will bring you to the next level. And I can speak from experience because I was always the positive so-called thinker in life. I was always the guy, rah, rah, let's do it, pep rally, go Jer. But on the inside, see, the point being is it doesn't matter what's going on the outside. It's how you feel on the inside that determines what you're creating on the outside. Does that make sense? And this is what I didn't understand, because here I am. I'm visualizing all these things per se, and nothing is happening in my life. Because on the inside, I felt exactly different. This is the law of vibration. Please, guys. It's something for you to Google in your nights of boredom. Believe me, you master this. You master your senses. You master your thoughts. You master your destiny. It's really, really that simple. Out of the quote box tonight is relevant, because the minute I saw this quote from Einstein, this literally popped in my head, and I want to share with you because it's exactly how it should be. What you maintain is what you obtain. The thoughts you maintain, that constant thought process, and granted, and this is an everyday challenge for me, and I love it because I love a good challenge. I love to challenge myself to be better every single day at whatever I'm doing in life. And I love going back and understanding what caused problems before, because then I start to realize how not to do it again. I may have to go through the fire a couple times to get burned on the ass a little bit, but then you start to realize why you keep recreating the same thing. As I put today, the hamster wheel on there. It's so prevalent in our lives. Our constant thoughts is our constant feeling, is our constant vibration, is our constant creation. When you realize this, you realize where you're going. When you change how you feel about life, life is going to change how it feels about you. Maintain is the verb. It's a constant action force to affirm in, to keep in existing states. Hence, insist and declare. You declare every day that you're a loved, wholesome, joyful individual, going to go out today and be the best you, and you maintain that feeling all day long, you can't help. You just mastered the law of vibration, because everything around you is going to start vibrating in accordance with you. This is what Einstein was talking about past thoughts and present thinking. When you start understanding what you're thinking about back then, you realize what you've been creating now. It's been anchored in your mind, your thoughts, your experiences, and believe me, I go through this constantly. I'm getting triggered like all day long. It gives me a friggin' headache about certain little things that has happened. But it's a great experience to understand, because then you realize from conscious thought, you got to maintain a better outlook on yourself. People can't change on the outside until they change what they feel about themselves on the inside. Until you start loving yourself unconditionally is when life starts bringing you unconditional love. And it's a practice. It's a practice that we should all master, but we've been taught otherwise with conditioning through marketing and shows and parents and culture and all the bullshit and the morass that we had to grow through as little tykes growing up. You know, little tyke as I was in Florida, I had an attitude like I can do anything. Here I am playing paddleball at 11 o'clock outside in the sun in Florida, not realizing that my back was blistering, until I get back inside. That's how powerful it was down there. And these are the realities that we hit. It's the walls that we hit when we realize where we're going in life. The next word is obtain. What you maintain is what you obtain. Obtain is, again, the verb to gain or attain, usually by planned action and or effort. Planned is a hard word, because we don't plan on failing. We really don't. We've just been conditioned to fail. It's a constant thought in our minds every single day that if one little trigger happens, it sets us back, and then our whole day's all the shit. Does that make sense? It's happened to me. It happens to me a lot. But this way here, I learn from these experiences because I do this on a daily basis. Through my journaling, practicing my affirming every single day, because all I wanted was a life of peace. Does that make sense? We all want peace, because with clarity of mind, you open the door to any kind of creation that you want. And the person that really just, I love getting, I mean, if you guys can master the law of vibration, it starts with Abraham Hicks. And I say that respectfully. There was James Allen, deceased notable, who was amazing on that, as a man thinketh. But Abraham Hicks really brought it down to a simple rudimentary level that we can understand it. Whereas James Allen was talking like the esoteric, back in the 1890s, kind of way. But she put it this way. And I love this, and I'll let you guys enjoy your Wednesday. If you really want something and you hold yourself in a place of powerful expectation, the universe will yield the cooperative components to you. What is she talking about? Synchronicities. You start thinking about money all day long with a good feeling, you'll start finding money everywhere, dimes, quarters, whatever it might be. Does that make sense? These are what they call synchronicities. You start experiencing the same outlooks on the, I'm trying to get it right here, my cerebellum's still throbbing a little bit. You start experiencing the same situations out there as you're feeling in here. That's called synchronicities. And whether good and or bad. If you're living in shit and frustration all day long and you whack your car on a tree, that's a synchronicity. But think about it for yourself. She goes on to say, and I'll let you guys have your way on this Wednesday, because I gotta get some sleep. You don't need to raise your vibration. This is really important. Let me get to my point here. They talk about a lot in the law of vibration of raising your vibration and constantly being in that state of mind to create what you want. You really don't. We're already in a high vibration. And I didn't understand that until I read this. You don't need to raise your vibration because it's naturally high. We are naturally a high vibrating people, walking around this earth, attracting and attaching to things to match that vibration. Learn to release the patterns that bring it down. That to me is awesome, because what brings you down, think about it, what brings your vibration down? Relationships, past relationships, experiences growing up. Past experiences is what brings your vibration down. Hence, therefore, you start living in that vibration state. Does that make sense? And then you start creating from that throughout your day, and you don't realize what's going on. You just relived a trigger. You just relived old synchronicities that were happening in your life. And it's something for you guys to really ponder, because you can't master the law of attraction until you realize what you're emitting, hence the law of vibration. These natural laws of the universe govern everything. They are the main component to creation that we can't see. It's an amazing thought process that creates an amazing life process. It's you really getting deep inside of you and realizing who you truly are. And if all you have to do every day, and this is what I try, and I love it because I'm always trying every single day to do this, is to maintain the highest degree of vibration I can, which is love, blessed, gratitude. I try to maintain it all day long. Yeah, shit happens, it hits the fan sometimes, I get it. I don't take it personal per se in that sense. It's work related or things happen. It's part of life. But the more you maintain where you want to go, the more you're going to obtain where you want to go. So guys, think about it for yourself. I'm going to grab a quick bite. Head to bed, guys. America's Mentor _radio on Instagram. That's kind of lame tonight. You guys, at America's Mentor on Twitter. I did this show last night with Kurt on red flags. This is basically the same thing. You got if you guys remember the show Lost in Space back in the 60s and 70s, they had that show running where the robot would yell, warning, warning. That's the red flags of life. Whatever you feel isn't right, it's not going to turn out right. Whatever you feel is good, most likely it's going to turn out good. That's what basically the red flags are. They're red flags, green flags. When I get it, I'll upload it, guys. But thank you so much. Follow me, Jerry Maldonado 2, please, for unique information to help you to your destination. Guys, stay cool. Remember, Willis Carrier is responsible for this message. He keeps us cool with his little invention.